Hi everybody, Ken from Oz here. Now today I'm going to show you my teacher's journal, the Filofax. This is an A5 Balmoral, and I have now converted this solely into my teacher journal, and I use this in my day-to-day teaching. So for those teachers who are out there or those who have got similar occupations, I'm going to just show you how I've merged my Filofax usage into my workplace. So to start with, if you haven't seen these Balmorals, they're the best, and I've been waiting to find one for a long time. I saw Chrissy's videos on her black Balmoral at the beginning of 2013, and I just knew that was the one I needed. Now the reason that I wanted this one was in fact the secret pocket, or the double pocket that it has. If I just open it up, it has this very large pocket which I can put A4 paper in, and that was what I really needed. I needed a Filofax that I could put A4 paper in, take it to class, and everything I need during my lesson is actually right here in this Filofax. So I'm going to show you just bits and pieces about what I do and give you some ideas, hopefully, if you're a teacher or a homeschool parent or just anyone who needs to be organised at work. And I hope I can give you some ideas that will inspire you to use your Filofax at your workplace. So just open it up. It's got that beautiful double clip in case I'm stuffing it full of things at work, and it just gives me a bit more options to put more things in there. I have two generous pen loops. I have the red pen which I put there. That's 0.5 Brenda from gel pen from Typo, and that's the best red pen that I use when I'm teaching. I also have a small hex pen which I'll show you a little bit later, which I use for writing, and it's a very fine 0.38, and then of course my whiteboard marker, which is actually connected to the second pen loop like so. So I've got a whiteboard marker with me at all times, so my red, my black, and my whiteboard marker. Now on the inside of the Balmoral, it has these generous pockets, which I've taken almost everything out because a lot of it was private school things, so I just didn't want to show any of that. But there's a lot of these little pockets which I put little notes and slips of paper that we use in day-to-day running of our classes. And this is a large one which I actually have got some CDs which I place in there, which I use sometimes, and of course then a very large pocket down there. Now the Balmoral, being a A5, has got the 6 rings, and on this side I've created my dividers for every subject which I teach, and in each of these sections is everything I really need to take in for a lesson. So let me just open up one to show you. Now on this side here, I'll just cover up the names here. I have my paper roll, and which I take, and I've made up these templates myself, and then I transfer the information electronically. So even if I don't have a computer with me, I've still got this paper record as well. So I've got some rolls here, and then at the back I've got mark book, some section of notes, anecdotal notes that I've taken in class just on various things. And then at the back, usually, well actually it's not in this one, but I'll just go to the one before. At the back of each section I would have then the work programs that I'm using, and I've just reduced those down to A5. At a touch I can actually just refer to the work that I'm doing, and also add to the documents if I've got some things at work or needed changing. So really, at my fingertips, everything that I need for a class I have there. So I've got those for all of the various subjects that I teach. After that, of course, is my planning section, and here I've got calendars and just schedules that I use, and of course washi tape and various other notes there. And then after that is my weekly planning. Now this is not my lesson plan, this is just a summary. So it's the vertical days, so I've got 5 days of the school week, and then a utility section on the side here for notes and various things. So I'll just turn it to this week so that you can have a look and see how busy it does get. And of course in the previous video I also had these page markers which I've incorporated in this one as well, so that at a glance I can open it up and I can see everything in one go. and be able to look at my week and then add things to it. Now, for every section that I have, for every period that I teach during the day, I would do some check boxes, and I would create a very brief summary just as a bit of a reminder. Now, these are not my lesson plans, obviously, but they're just main points. I would write notes, perhaps reminders, or just a summary of the topic that I'm going to be teaching for that lesson. Also there, I use the quite a lot, the highlighted sticky notes section that can go over notes. They're see-through, and then I use those to remind myself of various things. For instance, if I have a duty, I've got these flags here. I also use the post-it notes, which are up here, and I transfer this each week when I'm finished to the next section. So after this week is over, I'll peel this off and stick it down there. So I've always got about 5 or 6 of these post-it notes, these mini ones that are there, and as you can see, I actually used that today because I ran out of ink, so I reminded myself to change to get a new black pen for when I came in from teaching my lessons. I've got little post-it notes which I would transfer out, and also I've just got one that I wrote. It was just a reminder to get some more stationery. That was stuck there earlier in the day, and then I take that off at the end of the day, transfer it to my other Filofax, and then when I go shopping I can then purchase those things. So this is really my layout, and the desired effect that I wanted was that at a glance I can just see my whole week. It's a summary, it's definitely not a lot of detail, but I also wanted to try and streamline my planning. And one of the things that a teacher needs to do is be able to let everything flow without being too bogged down with detail, but at the same time have a lot of depth. So when I'm teaching this class, there will be a summary of what I need to teach, and then I also have a more detailed lesson plan which that I can refer to, and I prepared that previously. So sometimes I do take the lesson plans in. Either I will put it in and reduce it to A5, or I just put it into the large pocket as well. So that's really my week. I have a term at a time, so I've got it's coming up weeks, and you can see I've used those highlighter flags to just show that these are important things, and so on. So we're getting close to the end of term, and then after a term I'll then go through, transfer any important information I need to into the next term, or to write notes for other places, and then these term plans will go into storage, and I'll have those to refer to at a later date. After that, I have timetables, which are just a whole list of things that I need to refer to during my day: phone numbers, memos, other information. And so that's just very brief utility section there for just quick reference. I've also got lots of stickers. The staple of a good teacher is lots of stickers, and then just note paper that I have here in case I need it, and then some more stickers which I would then take and use. So as you can see, I do use a lot of stickers in my daily teaching, just as a way of encouraging students, and also just I think kids like stickers. At the back after that, I have an envelope which is closed with washi tape. I can open it. If I have any expenditure that I do use, I just record the information and place the receipt in there. That's ideal for tax. And then at the very end, I have just a plastic zip bag or zip container with a lot of spare washi tape and stickers and post-it notes as well. And then I found this divider. I don't know where I found it, but I found it, and it actually came with quite a large pen loop there. And so I've actually didn't stick it on myself. It was actually already there. I'm just securing it down with this striped washi tape. But this is where the pen that I use to write my daily information comes from. So it's stuck in there, and then when I have the Filofax pages closed, it actually is positioned quite nicely just there. I've washi taped the top of the pen lid there so that I don't lose it, and then at the end when I finish writing, just click straight back in and it's held quite securely. Now the pen that I use is a hex pen from Typo. It's a .38. I do like the fine print myself. I have occasionally used pencil, but in this year I've just gone to black gel pen, very fine point, and it just works quite easily to do these little check boxes which I use, and of course if I've done something I'll tick it. It just helps me. So it's a bit of like a bullet journaling amalgamation of a whole range of different techniques, and that's basically it. At the back there I've just got some more notes, and of course I've got a paper, just plain paper, which I use for meetings. So I don't have a lot there. There's only about maybe 15 to 20 sheets in that paper pad, but I don't want to bulk up this too much because it is quite bulky. And then just other notes that I've just written for students at the back. And then of course my whiteboard marker is secured there, and again, if I want to use it, I'll just pull it straight out, and then the top remains, and I've washi taped that to that pen loop, and then that stays in like so. So when I close everything up, like so, you can see the pens are lined up nicely. The red pen is there, and then it closes quite neatly. Now, the beauty of having this one folder is that everything that I need is with me, and I carry it. It's quite compact. I mean, it is a very large Filofax, but everything that I really do need is in one place. And when I go home and I might need to just do some notes, I just take the folder. I don't often need to take a laptop home with me, and I do find that the writing on the paper is easy to transfer it when I do need to transfer it electronically, but this system helps me to be more organized and get everything done, and it's all in one place, which was the whole idea of it. So a little bit of an insight into my planning as a teacher using the A5 Balmoral. So if you have any questions, please just message me, subscribe to my channel, the information's down below. Also my blog, FILOFAXUATIONS, and the information's there as well. So this is Kent from Oz saying thanks for listening, and I'll see you at another Filofax video.